I am about to show you something that you have never seen before. A Minecraft combat technique that is so unique, although it's been in the game since 1.8, its true potential has been only discovered in the past few years. Even to this day, people can find more ways to make it more deadlier day by day. Let me introduce to you what I think is the most complicated, undoubtedly hardest and possibly the best combat technique in Minecraft. I just showed you is Minecraft PvP. In order to demonstrate how difficult it actually is, I need to show you. If I place a rail, then a minecart, then a flint and steel, and then finally shoot, that's not too hard, but it's way too predictable to be countered. All an opponent has to do is break the minecart, put up a shield, or even run away. You now know why this PvP method is so challenging? Because along with the crazy mechanics that carding takes, you also have to manage your sword, gapples, and cobwebs during fights, making card PvP probably one of the most challenging PvP methods to learn and master. With the insane payoffs that this PvP style gives you when you get good at it, it's better than anything else. But I think it's finally time to test my true skills, and over the next month I'm going to be learning and attempting to master card PvP. Since I'm already a little decent on crossbow card PvP, the first I had to do was hop on a game and evaluate my skills. Start, I was capable of hitting a few crossbow cards, but after 30 minutes of checking what I was missing and carding, and I found out that the one problem I was missing is timing. While I was training for a bit, I was mistiming my cards, which causes me to miss my cards all the time, and causes the game to not trigger the cards being placed on the rail. And on day one, I'm actually getting a little bit better on timing my cards, and I was starting to be able to kill players using cards. But the moment I encountered an actual competent player, I lost immediately. But now I knew my timing was bad. The only way I could possibly go was up. So on day 2, I decided to work towards a specific goal. Up to this point, my crossbow cards were inconsistent with timing since I just speed up way too fast. So on day 2, I spent a lot of the day on learning my technique and slowing down and focusing on hitting the combo right. And after hours of practice and doing the same motion over and over, eventually it gets easier. It took time for me to get used to practicing my timing, but as long as I thought about the buttons I was pressing and the order of doing it, I kind of started getting more consistent and seeing myself only on day 2 being able to hitting my timing right felt so good. Although I knew the moment I was under pressure or fighting against an enemy, I would be pretty much useless. This was still progress, and for me, the rest of the day too, I continued just to practice my timing. At this point, I really wanted to get timing specifically down, as it's one of the key skills of carding. But by the end of day 2, I had felt a small amount of improvement. On day 3, I started out by warming up on sword PvP, and although I wasn't playing cards, being good at any specific game mode does somewhat improvements to other game modes. Plus, by the looks of it, my sword PvP needed some work. But when it came to minecart PvP, I was actually not doing that bad. Already so soon into this challenge, I was feeling so good about my cards. Landing decent under pressure cards against good players is crazy. Although it still wasn't perfect, I was pretty happy with my progression already. Although I was managing to get some good crossbow cards, and play well at certain times, it wasn't consistent. A small change in the way I was holding my mouse, or just my general lack of confidence, could completely change the way I play, and I seem to run into moments where I just completely forget how timing works. But of course, it's only day 3, and I didn't really expect to be a master already, so this made sense. I just continued practicing. I was getting a lot better on regular crossbow cards. As well, I was starting to figure out the correct timing. But as I said before, if I was under pressure or I didn't analyze what my opponent's doing, I would be pretty much useless. So I definitely needed to learn how to get better form and also to perform better under pressure, and what better way to learn than watching the best of the best. It was pretty obvious that car PvP is a lot of mechanical skill, so obviously I just had to keep training. I was trying to copy what I saw in the video, and it was really working out a little bit for me. And I was seeing a lot of progression. And for the rest of day 3, I spent a few more hours just practicing crossbow cards. I got some much needed rest for day 4, but finally, when day 4 began, I was feeling pretty good. And with having a fresh mind, my skills were ready to start crossbow carding. And although obviously I still am not the best at carding, to show how important a good mindset is when learning a new skill, simply by having one day break, I came back and felt so much better at crossbow cards. And on day 4, I spent most of my time just practicing minecarts. But while I was practicing, I was invited into a VC with my friend, and he challenged me into a duel.
Bam! Got you midair.
And while fighting, I was performing really well at crossbow cards. But obviously at the end I just died.
Okay, I'm using that timing.
If you want to see the next part where I obliterate my friends, please like and subscribe, and join the Discord server down below, and stay tuned for the next part.